Here is a article out of the Telegraph talking about Assad. He says that Syria will it'll be an earthquake in the Middle East if Syria is attacked by NATO, and the chances of this NATO attack on Syria coming not coming is like the chances of it not raining in Seattle. Uh, it says Syria President Bashar al-Assad has warned that Western action against his country would cause an earthquake that would burn the whole region. Uh, but remember in Isaiah 17, it talked about Damascus being a ravenous heap. Uh, we do need to pray for the women and children and unsaved over there, men. We don't want this to happen, but it seems like Assad is being hard-headed, and it is a sovereign nation, though. I must admit, for us to go over there and take out Gaddafi, I guess you can look at it as betterment for the world, but Gaddafi wasn't doing anything to nobody for a while. So I love my country, but we do some things that I'm questioning about. But we need to lift up President Obama and the Congress and NATO leaders in prayer, I guess. Actually, no guessing about it. We have to do that because it was an order from God. UNESCO granted full membership to the Palestinians. So this is news that if you want to say that it is biblical and biblical proportions, then fine. But the rest of the UN has to vote, like the General Assembly and the Security Council. But it says Palestinians became a full member of the UN Culture and Educational Agency Monday in a highly divisive move that the U.S. and other opponents say could harm renewed military peace efforts. It also says U.S. lawmakers are threatening to withhold roughly $80 million in annual funding to UNESCO if they approve Palestinian membership. If they approve Palestinian membership, excuse me, the United States provided a 20% of UNESCO's funding. That's a lot of percentages, points. Another article in the AP talks about Israel foreign minister wants to topple Hamas. I wonder why. Israel is the only country that allows people to shoot missiles over to their country almost every other day and exercise great restraint. Because if that was Mexico doing that to the United States, Mexico would not even exist by now. Same thing with Canada, I guess, but Canada is a little bit more reasonable than Mexico, a lot more. It says from Jerusalem, the foreign minister says his country should topple the Islamic Hamas regime in Gaza. That means they want to go after the whole thing, and I think that's what's going to end up happening anyway, folks. It says Ivor Lieberman comments come after 2 days of Palestinian rocket attacks against southern Israel, including one that killed an Israeli man. Israel has countered with airstrikes that have killed at least 10 militants. I think this thing is going to explode into a regional conflict. It says Israel aircraft struck the southern Gaza Strip, targeting rocket launching militants. The military said Monday, when the Palestinian officials reported that 2 men were found dead. The strikes came after 2 days of rocket attacks and air strikes that risk escalating into a more serious cycle of violence. And that's what is going to happen anyway. The Israeli military said its aircraft attacked a squad that have just fired a rocket into Israel. The military said it had confirmed a hit. Now, the international body is going to say to Israel, after they protect themselves, why did you do it? As if you're supposed to lay down and get fired on. Like I said, if that was the United States or Britain or any other country, they will be exercising more than restraint. I got this article right here called Communists Occupy Pontiac off Infowars.com. I'm from Pontiac, Michigan. Right now I live in Spokane, Washington, but I'm born and raised in Pontiac, Michigan. It's kind of funny how they're filming a movie there based off a newer version of Red Dawn. I think that's kind of funny. But it was recorded on a street in Pontiac, Michigan. And it's interesting to note that the posters shown in the video, one is reminiscent to Wall Street, the Wall Street crowd and the Occupy Wall Street crowd, while another looks like something from the Department of Homeland Security might put out there. So if you take a look, let me try to see if I can scroll down. Look at these posters. It looks like something straight out the New World Order. Dangerous citizens. Yeah, you know what they call them, dangerous citizens. They've been trying to keep these dangerous citizens, which people like me and you, who don't break any laws, but believe in justice for all, and we believe in gun control, and we believe in, of course, the Bible, or even some people give relevance to the Bible, even though they might not believe it. When it says collectivists are trying to draw parallels to the communists, but the communist Chinese wouldn't let them use it. They had to use North Korea as the nation that was supposed to be. The world population has reached 7 billion people. And the baby that was born came from the Philippines. It's a 7 billion baby. So it looks like the fullness of the Gentiles have come in. Of course, that's related to the harvest rather than the world landscape as it's supposed to be considered. But this is something to think about on October the 31st and Halloween. There's some strange things going around here. Going on. They got priests, 13 skulls, something running around the United States doing chants, trying to bring, I don't know what, a new age in, I guess. But the 7 billion people are a milestone for the world itself. And we all know out there what the Georgia Capstone said about 7 billion. The United Nations vision is to cut us down to 500 million people in the near future. So here's what I'm looking at, folks. That we don't have long. Jesus is coming back soon, and it can be this month or it can be next year, but it's very soon. Don't hold your breath for next year. It's closer than we think. So we make sure you get saved, get your house in order. Make sure you are in the faith, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Jesus is coming back soon, and his reward is with him, executing judgment on the whole world.